our modern world seems to praise specialists rather than generalists, the lawyers and doctors, etc. But I'd like to take time to reflect on the praise for the generalists, or as they might have been known in the past, the Renaissance men and women. And perhaps the kernel of my argument or my presentation here or my praise of generalists is that the one who cares the most about the outcome is often able to do a better job than the one who knows the most. The one who cares the most may do a better job than the one who knows the most.
I think now, in this era, the internet age, it is probably the best time to go back to being a polymath and a generalist. No longer are you bound to culture and curriculum. Now you can chase your own curiosities with the click of a button. I know there's the issue with information overload, and that's something we have to overcome as a human race, but I think we will, and we'll go back to being generalists because we evolved being generalists.
I agree about the times we live in, and I think there's a dark side to it as well, which is in a high trust, good times, being a specialist doesn't have that many downsides. You know, you're the town's welder, you're the town's computer specialist, you're the town lawyer, and you back up your work and people trust you and it's not overcharged. The market has figured out about the right prices, so on and so forth. Everybody's a little more cooperative, and in being more cooperative, we don't need to lean on all of our skills that are, outside of the center. We can lean on our neighbors. So I think the dark side of what you were saying, the positive side you brought up, about our abilities in the internet, the dark side of that is that trust is going away and the market is no longer setting prices, and the feeling of being united together and the feeling that we can lean on each other is going away. And when that happens, I may not want to even take my car to my mechanic because he may not care about it as much as I do. And I might take that time, which might be double the time it would take him, to watch that, YouTube video, to do it myself, to save $1,000. But another positive side to it, which aligns with what you were saying as well, is that wisdom kind of has its fingers in everything. And when you learn to work with your hands, whether it's pottery or carpentry or work with your body like doing landscaping or anything like that, concrete work for crying out loud, anything, those things do carry over into the intellectual realm. And of course, sports like wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I understand Plato was a wrestler. So in the past, this would have been much more normal. Jesus Christ, the carpenter builder, Paul of Tarsus, the tent maker and also genius theologian and disciple of the top Jewish rabbi. These things were not separate. It was normal that people would have a wide range of skills. And I think that that's another very positive side of going back to the praise for generalists and for pursuing those things.
But the Robert Heinlein quote actually, prior to that comment, has a lot to do about how we as humans are designed to do many various tasks. So no one is truly specialized because they still have to, do a variety of different things. And if they are sold on just one thing, then yeah, they're significantly limiting themselves. But on this topic, I think one of the most fascinating things that I have noticed right now is not so much on people being specialized in certain things, but the narrowness of the system that is specialized. Meaning, like you have a neuroscientist that doesn't speak with a psychologist or deal with psychotherapy in any sort of way. And when it comes to neurodivergent individuals, having that framework of a neuroscientist that can also understand psychology and these various aspects of the brain, not just the physical aspects, but having a well-rounded understanding of not only mental health, but the brain science behind things, that person is going to be more supportive to a neurodivergent individual than anyone else. Like, that is a diamond in the rough person. And I feel that's where specialization has kind of become more sabotage than support. Although at times when I am specifically researching something that is very niche, I do want to go to an expert on that. So still vital, still useful, but there is such a hard line against people like me who have not had the onus on a college degree or haven't gotten a college degree, that I generally get pushed aside or demeaned just for that reason, even though I hang out with a lot of people that are highly intellectual. And it really has nothing to do with an intelligence factor. It's just ego at the end of the day. But were that ego or the hard lines removed, we would be discovering and achieving so much more, much quicker within our society. And that is the power of a generalist or Renaissance person, is to really create exponential change by bringing together all these different fields and bringing up new ideas from the extrapolation of knowledge in these fields that don't really cross-communicate.